You ain't gonna stop me now. This is my Keto kitchen and I'm gonna come cook you down. Gonna cook you down. Woo! Just kidding, I'm gonna make you full. I'm gonna cook till your plate is good. I'm gonna be doing what I should in Jaslyn's Keto kitchen, where the food is bitchin'. In Jaslyn's Keto kitchen. Happy Easter Sunday! I didn't do that. It's Easter. Here's my keister. Today on Jaslyn's Keto Kitchen, I'm going to teach you how to do an Antipasto party, and I'm going to teach you how to make things look really extravagant and awesome. Alright, so I'm going to be picking up some last minute things today. I am doing an Easter party. I'm doing a really cool low carb antipasto platter, and I am going to pick up the last of my Easter decorations, and I'm going to share some of the stuff I grabbed with you today. I also will show you the whole platter, so look forward to that. Okay, here I'm at Sam's Club. I'm going to get a few items. I'm looking for mozzarella balls, and I'm going to get some avocados and cherry tomatoes and stuff for the hunt. Okay, this is what I came to look for. There's a few options here. It's mozzarella twin pack for $7.48, which could be easily sliced up and turned into whatever you want, more of a rustic looking mozzarella ball that you just cut and make however. And then there's this that's already marinated, and it looks like, says 1 ounce equals 2 carbs with 1 gram of fiber. Pasteurized milk, cream, vinegar, enzymes, canola oil, olive oil, garlic, red pepper, salt, and spices. Well, I don't love that they put canola oil in there. Maybe I'll be adventurous and I'll figure out how to marinate my own mozzarella. That way, let's see what this says. Less than 1 carb per 1 ounce. So this is less than 1 carb per 1 ounce on the other brand, but it said 2 with an added fiber, so that makes me wonder. So we'll just get the plain one and we'll figure out how to marinate ourselves. It looks like a mozzarella, pepperoni, prosciutto, sopressante, and then I've also got this down here, prosciutto, but I can't tell how much it is. I've got, okay, so this one's $13.98, this one's $10.98, this is $11.98. I already have pepperoni at home and I already have salami at home, so I think prosciutto, my last meat. Need cherry tomatoes for my platter, and these are actually on sale for lower this week. Last week I got $5.98 for the 2 pounds. This one is $4.98 for the 2 pounds, and I actually need them small. So there's that, and I am not seeing avocados. There they are. Okay, here they are. $4.78 for 6 avocados. I'm buying them on Wednesday because I need them on Sunday. They are always green here, so you have to buy them 4 days before you need them. This one is kind of turning black already. I think I am. I'm going to go for just a full bright green. This looks really green. I picked this one. Where I got my cherry tomatoes, avocado, prosciutto, and the mozzarella. Final item, $4.49, raspberries. It looks like 12 ounces. All right, I am starting to prepare for my Antipasto Easter with my little boy, who is very excited about Easter this year. He is 4, so he knows what Easter is this year. An Easter. But I've started putting out the rosemary and some of the cute decorations. I wanted to show you the unfolding so far. It's about 4 days out. So here's some of my herbs I'm trying to grow. But we are getting things started, low carb style. This is just seltzer and diet juice to make like a seltzer juice beverage at the party. Some water. I have some higher carb beverage options that I'm not going to show off necessarily because I'm not going to be drinking them. They're not the low carb part. But I mainly tell people bring your own beverage because I only tend to have diet stuff around. Oh, Davvy's making beautiful music for us. See, we're sipping on a little of this diet cranberry mango and says, show you. Should I show you? Here, put it up more straight so I can actually pour it in. Here, you put it on the table. It's too hard to pour with your crazy hand. A taste? Alrighty, I'm going to be doing Antipasto for Sunday Easter this year. And I have been thinking about this idea for months. This one night, it was really late and I saw an Antipasto platter on Pinterest and I started thinking, ooh, that's what I want to do for Easter. And I already emailed everyone and said, I want to do Antipasto for Easter. And so that is what I'm going to do. And I have been researching things high and low. Most of the things are what make Antipasto great. I learned how to make marinated onions, which is basically pickled onions. And all you do is chop one whole onion up. And you chop it, thicker than, a little thinner than your pinky, so that you have enough to bite on. You don't want them thin, too thin. And then I poured 3/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar in this one, and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt. And I just made this, and I'm going to refrigerate it for 3-4 days until Easter. This one is red wine vinegar, same amount, 3/4 cup of red wine vinegar and 3/4 a teaspoon of salt to a whole onion chopped, with enough bite. This is going to take away the hotness of the onion, but it's going to still have the bite that's still there as far as texture. And then this is a package of mushrooms cooked for 5 minutes. And then I dumped it into a mushroom marinade. And the mushroom marinade is 1/4 a cup of white wine vinegar. And I did 1/4 a cup of olive oil. And then I added my spices. My spices are 2 tablespoons of parsley, half a teaspoon of basil, 1/4 a teaspoon of thyme, 1/4 a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, half a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, and all of that is just in there, and it's going to be marinating these mushrooms for the next 3 to 4 days as well. This is 2 cans of mushrooms with the same mixture. I didn't need to cook them, they've already been pre-cooked. And they are in the marination process. The only thing that's different about this container is I added a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar on top of the red wine, the white wine, just to give it a different flavor perspective, and I wanted to see what it was like. Next thing is rosemary. You want to have fresh rosemary on hand for your Antipasto platter. I've got some pepperonis defrosting. I picked up some Genoa and some hard salami packs. I picked up some Tillamook Swiss cheese, and it's 2 pounds worth. It's really thick. I'm going to be cutting them in half. I got a Parmesan, some brie, a bunch of mozzarella, and I'm going to use one of these as a mozzarella that gets marinated, and I'm going to chop it up into bite-sized balls, or they're going to be kind of square because I'm going to cut them, but they'll be the size of the balls, and I will be doing some fun stuff with that, and I'll show you. I'm going to do one of them plain. Then this is some prosciutto. And I have all kinds of cheese in the fridge. I may be adding some others, but I've got all these cheese sticks that I'll be cubing up into squares. And I have Colby, the yellow, and mozzarella. I have avocados that are green, and they are in process of turning ripe. I've got all kinds of fun stuff down here. I have artichoke hearts in marinade. I have jalapeno eggs, buffalo eggs, black olives, jalapenos. I've got some McClure spicy pickles. I've got this basil pesto, pepperoncinis, clamato pieces. I have just my different vinegars that I'll have out. I have my olive oil and piquillo peppers. And I'm going to be making a Death by Chocolate brownie cheesecake, which I have a recipe that I'll link down below. I also am going to be making a low-carb bread that I have already on there called Keto loaf, and I'm going to be doing some just as a normal bread, and I'm going to make another loaf, same recipe, but I'm going to stretch it out as a baguette, and I'm going to make it into crackers. And so I'll show you that. I'll move these over. I've got myself a diet cranberry mango. I have 4 other flavors. So what I'm going to do for my beverage, I've got some seltzer water. Take a few ice cubes, and you take one of your juices, fill the glass halfway, and then fill the other half with the seltzer. And you have an instant kind of pretend champagne. It's perfect, it's light. And it feels very party-like. And it's bubbly like champagne, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to get started on my cheesecake and my bread. Bring the bread to the table without any carbs. Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff away and we'll get started on the next part. We'll get there, it'll be fun. All right. We're crazy like this. So I gotta get started because people are gonna be here in about 45 minutes. So I better start on the stuff that needs to go in the oven first. Put it at 350. I'm going to grab out my asparagus that I picked up last night. You just take them, and wherever they want to snap, you take them, bend, snap. The bend and snap is where you take that end off. This is the tough end. So wherever it naturally wants to break is where you break it. Now these, technically, I mean, you can eat these raw. The ends are a little bit dry, but they are a tasty snack. So what I'm gonna do is just take these, throw them in a bowl, and I will munch on them later. Asparagus. Go ahead and just throw them out on your mat. Oh, my olive oil. Where are you hiding? I've got everything set up behind me, so I'll just be grabbing for things sporadically. Olive oil. All I'm going to do to this is just salt and pepper. And I'm putting this top shelf because I'm going to be roasting some tomatoes. Right here. Grabbing some tomatoes. Another tray. And you're just going to take these. Oh, it's got a strainer in the bottom. How convenient. Okay. So these I'm just going to slice in half. As fast as I can. I know there's a really fast way to do this that I've seen on the internet where they put a bunch on a plate and then just slice through all of them at the same time by putting another plate over the top. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to get crazy with things. Just going to get some stuff roasted. Now these, I'm cooking at 350 and I'm going to let them roast until the guests get here. So they're going to walk into the smell of roasting tomatoes and asparagus, which will probably come out before they get here. There's going to be 2 different groups of people coming to my house today. One in the early noon and one in the later part of the earlier part of the evening, like 1 and 5:30. I can't fit them all in at the same time. Okay, they might even arrive while I'm filming. I'm kind of, you might see a little look of stress on my face because I am. And because this is a fresh platter, I want it to come out fresh. So here we go. You take your tomatoes, drizzle also with olive oil, a little salt, some pepper, and I'm putting rosemary on these. So that the house smells like roasted tomatoes and rosemary and asparagus. It's going to smell like so many good things. Here they are, throwing those in on the bottom level. Maybe that's the element, because normally I would roast longer time, lower temperature. Today I'm doing a little higher time, shorter temperature. Okay, so I boiled some eggs last night. A few of these. And I have another tray like this. And I boiled some more just now. I consider the perfect boiling time to be 14 minutes. So here are more eggs for dyeing or eating. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building the table where the camera's at, and I'll show you guys how it looks at the end. And I'm just going to bring things out, set them up, and you are going to love this. Okay. I'm going to start with the easiest one first. I was up really late last night baking these. And this is my keto loaf that I have in another video. The only thing that I did different on this one is I added some rosemary to it, and I added a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Okay. And then this is just my normal keto loaf. I just stretched it out into a baguette. This is also another one of the same loaves, and I sliced a little bit of it off last night, A, because I wanted to taste it, and B, because I couldn't stop tasting it. Really good stuff. And so here's a few of the slices that I did last night. I want them to look kind of like biscotti for presentation. And I'm doing the bread on the board because we're going to be cutting on it. And I think this looks pretty incredible. Really tasty. Can't decide. I think that's great. Okay, so this is the first part, and it will be my centerpiece. I am also, I'm going to do my Parmesan crisps on one of these. So last night, all I did was I took a cookie sheet and I sprinkled grated Parmesan in a thin layer over parchment paper, and I baked it in about 10-minute intervals. It was on the top layer at 350, and I just sat here. It's very important that you sit and kind of smell and watch. The second that the cheese is fully melted and starting to dry, you have to stop it or it'll burn. But this is just baked Parmesan cheese. And I did 3 trays full of it. And I still got about a half bag full. I have two layers of people coming, so I'm going to keep half of my food put away. Okay. Hello. Well, perfectly right there. I have basin is covered for some dry ingredients. Alright, so I'm going to take this. Find a position on the table. Okay, I'm going for my meats and cheeses next. Okay, I'm leaving one of the hard salami, genoa, and pepperoni inside the fridge for the next group. Okay, so this is what I got. Take it back here for a second. Okay, so I have 2 plates I'm going to do for meat and cheese. Okay, so I got my prosciutto. Okay. Seems to be kind of hard to get away from itself. I'm wondering if I let it sit for a minute while it's cold, if it'll peel better. And I'm gonna pile it high. I'm gonna go a little more more than halfway into the meat and then call it good because I have another group coming. I'm getting a bunch of Swiss cheese, and I'm thinking that I'm going to cut it in half. Like that. And just kind of stack it over the meat beautifully. You want a piece? A triangle. going for an artsy display. And I think I'm gonna do a second row of cheese because there is a bunch of people coming for this. Ooh, and that next layer looks gorgeous. Ooh, I am loving this cheese. Okay, so that looks beautiful. Let's go for one of these salamis. Alright. I'll take the hard salami and I'm going to start beautifying one of them right here. I'm going to fold them in half. I think that's going to have more of a flow. Oh, I like that better. Hey, little guy! Yeah, that's better. I like that. I like the texture of everything. Hey, little guy! Little guy! What? We're making a yummy platter. This is called salami. Genola. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, see, this is a different color. And it smells a lot different. I'm going to throw this one over here. So this one's like a hard salami, so it's not folding over the same. It like wants to immediately open, which is kind of fun. Okay, and I'm going to stow one of these pieces of cheese to hold it down. Like that. Okay, that's good. She works hard for her money. Okay, I'm just going to take these and cube them up. Go along in a row. Same like these, except for I think what I'm going to do is throw my pepperonis on there next. Trying to alternate cheese and meat color. Right. Okay, Parmesan is my next ingredient, and I am just going to put this whole brick of cheese on here for people to slice at. I think that looks good right there. I also have a brie circle, which I think I'm going to leave that in the fridge up until, because I don't want it to get too soft on me. A little bit of Colby cubes. Another row of color. trying to put this up on the edge to put my cubed ham in there in between. We'll go for one more row of this. Okay, and that looks great. Now, my two meats. Let me get these on here. And these really only need to be frost. And my bacon. And I'm just heating these up. And then flattering them. I don't want to put the meat on the tray hot, so I'm going to let them cool before I add them onto here. I'm going to leave one of these for the other party. I'm leaving half of it just as mozzarella. And I'm going to marinate half. Okay, so they're already sliced. So you can just, actually I want these to be smaller pieces, so I'm going to cut them in fours. So that they're kind of mozzarella balls. Actually, I guess you can just cut through this whole stack here. Speed it up a little bit. Asparagus with the fresh tomato. I'm going to slice some avocado on this edge.
Do you want sparkling apple juice or just regular apple juice?
Sparkling white grape juice. Okay, the grape juice is right here. Should have thought about getting the mushrooms out sooner. That needs to come through. I guess I can throw them in the microwave for 2 seconds.
Now we got spoiled again.
He did?
Yeah.
Always.
He ends up with like 4 baskets by the time we're done.
Yeah. That's our family right there to a T.
Okay, we got this!
Okay, and where do you want the olives?
Okay, so dump the juice and fill that up. And then put it on the front end of the mess that I made with the berries.
And I need it.
And do them, okay, so do them like kind of on a diagonal for the artsy part of it. Like that. Okay, go.
Jalapeno eggs and buffalo eggs.
I'm gonna try some jalapeno.
Did you get it open?
No. You wanna come play? Great, let's play. Come on.
I have my Death by Chocolate cheesecake. I need to throw ganache on top. I got my low carb cheesecake tie-dyes. I got raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, piquillo peppers. I have some buffalo eggs, jalapeno eggs, McClure pickles, jalapenos, pickled artichoke, pickled onion in red wine, in apple cider vinegar, pepperoni peppers, fresh mushrooms marinated, canned mushrooms marinated, my Clamato olive, black olives. I gotta throw it on the table and give you a last look, and then I gotta start my party. This is it. This is my crazy Antipasto video that I'm throwing right before my party. This is what it looks like. Go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Happy Easter, and look forward to more fun stuff like this in the future. You ain't gonna stop me now. This is my Keto kitchen and I'm gonna come cook you down. Gonna cook you down. Just kidding, I'm gonna make you full. Keto Kitchen.